the same example of unbelief, going back to Egypt. So the major test is that mark, man. That's that major test. And then when they start taking that mark and they put it on the news and all that, and you see people line up to get it, commercials, people in the hip-hop world, people in the sport world, people in the political world are going to be talking about the chip. And we're going to be sitting back making videos on it, man. Another prophecy fulfilled. And then we're going to look for what? The destruction.
Making actions like
because
withdrawing
Habakkuk the second chapter is in full effect, man. The prophecies are coming to pass right before your eyes. The ones of you that can't see it, hey, I can't help you, my man.
Severe burns. The patterns
it says 12.
Are identifiable thanks to regions.
For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit. Because when you get cut, man, when these scriptures, a lot of you scoffers, man, when you saw that video, IUIC is June. Ain't no microchips. A lot of you guys wanted to put, but the Spurs said, man, he better back off, man. You better back off. You want to make a negative comment, but because in your mind you say, well, maybe these guys are the men of the true men of the Most High. Maybe Nate ain't right. It says 12. You fearing now. For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and shut like last week, right?
Ain't no microchips. It's June.
Oh, they had the live show.
Guy who is shipping people in Sweden.
We in June. Ain't no
and basically Blue was up in there, right?
And
so I just wanted to get a workout, spiritual workout. So everything he put down, I kind of put. Then he started going back. But every time he said something, the Most High gave me the scripture. I put the scripture right in there, man. Then the nigga changed the subject, you know?
I went over to Sweden and he did it.
We in June.
It says,
ain't no microchips.
For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit. The word is harder than steel, and of the joints and marrows. You getting cut to the bone, man. You know, like a butcher. You ever see a butcher? You got to put a video up of a butcher, man. You know, he hits, and then the bone don't break, and he got to crack it, and give it a good crack. You know, then he pulls it apart. It says, it says, and of the joints and the marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the mind. Heart is mind. All right? It says, neither is there any creature that is not manifested in his sight, but all things are naked and open unto, give me Revelation 16. You know what I want about naked. Neither is there any creature that is not manifest in his sight, but all things are naked and open unto the eyes of him with whom we have to do. Now you look at us like we're holier than thou. We're not perfect, man. We're just like you. All right? It says 14. Seeing then, matter of fact, get that. Read that.
Revelation chapter 16, verse 15. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame.
Yeah, the garments is this truth, man, and the whole truth, man. You gotta be fully girded, man, in this thing. You can't say Cornelius is an Edomite. You can't say, well, I don't know, he might. You showing, man. You know, the mark of the beast is an embargo. The nations can be saved. Esau is going to be in the kingdom side by side with us, but he's going to be slightly under. He's going to be employees up under us. You being naked, man. It says, 14, seeing then that we have a great high priest that is passed into the heavens, which is Yahushua. Yahushua, the Son of the Most High, let us hold fast our profession. You know when you're a boxer, you sign a contract. If you know anything about professional boxing, even in amateur boxing, if you don't make weight, you don't fight. Let's say you light heavyweight, you fight at 178. let's say you 180, and they say, no, you didn't make weight. You jump rope. Let's say you go to 178 and a quarter. If you can't, I can't do it. You don't fight. You're disqualified. The same thing with the pros, man. When they don't make weight, you know what happens? The other guy said, well, look, I don't want to fight the guy now. What they normally do is they'll make a deal. They'll take a certain amount of this guy's purse and they'll give it to the other guy that made weight. So let's say the guy was going to make $1 million. He's only going to get $800,000 because he didn't make weight. So, you know what they say about you? This guy ain't no real professional, man, because he didn't make weight. It says, it's because a profession, you do things properly. It says, for we have not a high priest which cannot be touched with the feeling of our infirmities, right? And we all sick, but was in all points tempted like as we are, yet without sin. He was tempted, but he came perfect. We ain't come perfect, man. We're going to be perfect in the kingdom. It said, let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of Yahushua, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need. So you got to be in this thing all the time, man. We are in a desperate situation. The military, right? When they was in the Nam or whatever war they was, they would, if they was in a desperate situation, they would take the American flag and they would turn it upside down. Distress signal. So we in a distress situation, man. So the one of you guys that are playing games, that are bullshitting, that are not being consistent, man, the scriptures speak about being lukewarm. The Most High is going to spew you out of his mouth. And he wasn't lying about that.
That's right. Yeah, that's why we need a Savior. We need Yahushua to come back to deliver us from this hellhole. This is Hebrews 11:6. But without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. This right here is the book of 2 Thessalonians 3:1. Finally, brethren, pray for us that the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai may have free course and be glorified even as it is with you, and that we may be delivered from unreasonable and wicked men, for all men have not faith. You know? So that's the point, you know? That's why you read scriptures like confidence, you know, unbelief. All of those are a lack of faith. And the scriptures say without faith it is impossible to please the Most High. You know? So that's the bottom line. So these things are that, you know, and you know, these guys like Nate and them, you know, they're twisting the doctrine because they lost faith. They trusted more in the money than they do in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. That's why he's constantly having to do what's the word I'm looking for? Having to do damage control, because everything that he's saying is backfiring on him. So he has to say something to try to make himself look good, like Apostle Tar said earlier, because he's not going to apologize. He doesn't have that character within him. That's that ingredient, that intestinal fortitude to say, you know what, I was wrong. He ain't gonna say that. He doesn't have it.
He didn't say that. The Cornelius thing, and we got kicked out because of the Cornelius thing, and he eventually found that because it was in the back of his mind. It was a splinter in his mind, and he kept going, and he finally saw it. Then when he taught it, what was that, back in 09, 08? He taught it like he figured it out, and he's teaching the people like they stupid. Why can't you get it? Just like with the thing with the name, there's a video out there which cuts him to the heart, where he's going, his name is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushua. Then he says in the video, anybody that use them names never fail, they're wicked. So you just told on yourself, because you use that name. So if that's the case, if that's true, then that proves that you're wicked. We wasn't going to talk about you, man. We're going into this book, man. But that's the spirit, man. I don't even want to talk about you no more. There really ain't nothing to say, man. You know?
I mean, it's a spirit, because, you're one of the main, who was that? Alexander the coppersmith they said he did Paul or Hymenaeus. One of them, they said that they greatly withstood our words. So they greatly withstanding the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. The things that we're teaching, everything that we teach, they staunchly do something or try to counteract it with something else.
Yahweh Bashem Yahushai gonna bring judgment, man, and it's right around the corner. The Most High is gonna start bringing judgment. He's gonna start bringing plagues, man. Second Ezra, the 15th chapter is gonna come to pass. Second Ezra, the 16th chapter is gonna come to pass. All them judgment scriptures, they're gonna come to pass, man. And the Most High is gonna start doing work, man. He's gonna start killing people. He's gonna start killing you, Jakes, man. He's gonna start destroying you, man. He's gonna start destroying you. He's gonna bring judgment upon this place, and he's gonna bring judgment on you wicked Israelites, man. All you wicked Israelites, whether you believe in this truth and you fell off, whether you playing with the word, whether you twisting the word, whether you into the Kemetic thing or Islam, if you're not in this truth and you're not listening to the apostles of the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the Most High is going to bring death upon you, and it's right around the corner. It's right around the corner. It's right around the corner. Death and destruction. Any of you that's in GMS that are playing games, the Most High is going to expose you and get rid of you, man. The Most High is getting ready to bring death. Tens of millions, hundreds of millions of Israelites shall die here in America and around the world. It's coming. It's coming.
That's right. All right, so back to the book. It says that...
And when it comes, we're going to be doing shows on it, man.
Hey, well, that's when you people going to want to get serious, when shit happens. As long as things are just, nothing's happening, you just going to continue on your life as it is, But then once shit happens, then you want to seek after the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. But it's going to be too late. And that's when this thing fully comes, because it's here. The microchip ain't coming. The microchip is already here. But when it's fully implemented, you're going to take it. It says the Hebrew word for all, maratazai, derives from the Hebrew root, ratazai, meaning to bore, pierce, incise, puncture, perforate, prick. And that's where you get that word all from. Because that was what was pushed into you to say, look, this man now is a permanent or a slave forever to this particular master. It says the law states to remember the captivity of our nation as bondmen in Egypt, and as the Lord redeemed Israel, to release his servants on the 7th year. Yet if that Hebrew servant loved his master, choosing to stay with him, he would be bored with an awl. In ancient Egypt during the Exodus, there were Israelites who trusted in Egypt, Isaiah 30, 2-3 and 7, and chapter 31 and 1, wanting to serve the Egyptians instead of dealing with light affliction in the wilderness, Exodus 14, 11-13. In this manner, like so, many Israelites will voluntarily accept the chip, lacking the faith that the Most High, who fed us with angels' food, manna from heaven in the wilderness, will likewise provide for us during these present times. Isaiah 65, 13-14, which says, my servant shall eat. Our faith shall be tested, James 1, 2-4, and 1 Peter 1 and 7. As the declining America is modern Egypt, and the mark of the beast or chip is symbolically the modern day all, Israelites must choose which master they will serve, opting to be servants unto Edom or Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Matthew 6:24 and Luke 16:13. The meaning and connotation of the Hebrew and Greek words for mark is imperative for Israel to know and understand in order to differentiate between the mark found in Leviticus 19:28, Ezekiel 9 and 4, Romans 16 and 17, and Revelation 13 and 16. And that's why that guy made that stupid statement from the GOCC that they already had the smartphone, that they already got the mark of the beast.
What you saying? He got the chip. That means you're going to be destroyed. If you believe that.
It says, as well as be able to identify and recognize the RFID chip as being the mark of the beast. And that's the point. See, Nate, he's going back on Nate. But see, he discourages his members to look up stuff, to look up words. And then his flunkies that are up there on that gong show crap up there, they discourage the people because they'll say, "Oh, you going to the Paleo Hebrew, the Koine Greek." That clown can't even speak right, And basically what they're doing is they're saying, look, don't look up words in the original language. Deal with the English.
Well, that means you got to celebrate Easter.
That's it. So that's the point. If you were to take those four scriptures there with the word mark in it in the Old Testament and the New Testament and look them up in the original language, you would get a better understanding of what that's talking about. But you want to keep the people blind because that money's coming in. You can't mess up your money and that 501c3 charter that you got with the government, which is a part of the IRS code, you can't go against, or else they'll take your status away. That's why you took away the name of Yahushua. You took away the name of Yahweh. You took the name of Yahushua away, and now you teaching that the mark is Christianity and that it's not the microchip. You're doing that because you're getting paid off. You had something possible?
Yeah. Nate, his title is Bishop, right?
Yep.
Bishop Nathaniel. This is the book of Titus 1 and 7. It says, "For a bishop must be blameless as the steward of the Heavenly Father, not self-willed, not soon angry, not given to wine, no striker, not given to filthy lucre."
Right. Yeah, and a bishop of the Lord, a real bishop of the Lord, will not send a man's penis to his members.
That's if you did it. Right. That's if you did it. Okay.
Allegedly.
Alleged. We got to use allegedly.
Allegedly.
We learned that from Star. Yeah. Allegedly. I got a scripture. Luke 17:24 says, "For as the lightning that lightness out of the one part under heaven shineth unto the other part." You know why you stumble on your words? Because when you read the scripture, you think of other scriptures that sound the same. So you read into it. It says, "So shall also the Son of Man be in his day." So when he comes back, when he cracks them clouds, you're gonna know, and we believe that wholeheartedly. He's gonna crack them clouds with the angels, innumerable amount of angels, and he's gonna destroy this place, man. He's gonna do two things. He's gonna deliver the elect, not all of Israel, and he's gonna destroy this place. It says, and he's gonna use Satan to do it. And well, Apostle Paul said, "Send Satan on him, Alexander and Hymenaeus." So we asking the Most High to send Satan on this goddamn place, or the son of Satan. It says, but first must be suffering. But first must he suffer many things and be rejected of this generation. So who rejected Yahushua? That generation. Where's that generation 2,000 years ago? They're back here right now. This is that same generation, man, that rejected him. And he said if they rejected him, they're going to reject us. Right. It says 26, Luke 17:26. "And as it was in the days of Noah," it says Noe, and as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it also be in the days of the Son of Man. It said they did eat, they drank, they married wives like you're doing now. Like June, that's the number one month to get married. People want to have a June wedding, right? It says,